G'day, Steve Morgan, Fishing Media and ABT, back for a Tackle Friday. Sorry I missed last week. I was not vertical. I was horizontal with the flu. I thought it was COVID. It wasn't COVID. Did the old COVID test. Negative. Must have been the flu. Either type A or B. All I'm saying is it took a whole week out of my life and I still haven't really recovered properly. To the point where today it's the pre-fish day for the Crush Shitty round of the Dial with Brim series on the Tweed River. Set the alarm for 6 o'clock this morning. It was cold, it was wet, it was windy. I said, you know what, I actually need to probably recover more. So I didn't hit the water until maybe 9 o'clock this morning and then pulled off maybe at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So it was a 4-hour pre-fish today. And look, I did something that was probably pretty smart. I went all the way up to my woolen bar at the top of the river. I put it up there, caught a bass, caught a few bream, just sort of free fished around a little bit because I'm probably not going to fish up there. I used to fish up that part of the river all the time in tournaments. I know it's only good for 2 to 2.5 kilos. And nowadays that is not enough to do any good on the Tweed River. So what am I doing now? I'm going to take you through some of the swag that we got at the event, but also some of the swag I got from Rapala. It was this product that they launched at the After Trade Show. It's the Crush Shitty Trickster. Now, I'm sure you've heard about it. You've seen some of the videos from Rapala. We mentioned it on my Tackle Fridays to the After. By the way, thanks for watching that one. It had like 14,000 views, that After Tackle Fridays. But there's a thing in ABT events called Sponsor Karma. If you use the lures of the naming sponsor of the event, something magic happens and you always tend to do pretty well. It's a karma thing. And I sat down with Mick Horn during the week and this is how it went. Mick, I reckon I need some of those tricksters for this weekend. Mick says, oh yeah, everyone gets a packet of those tricksters. And I'm like, no. I need the ones that have got the special jig heads. Now, their Rise R jig heads, the VMC jig heads that they use for these aren't actually available yet. So I got some of the prototypes. This is a little one of the smallest ones there. And they go up until the biggest ones here. They're quite a substantially heavy head, those ones there. I've got some of their prototypes. They're probably about a month away in the tackle stores. But by having some of their prototype Rise R jig heads, some of these, their rapid assist stingers, I can put together some of their trickster crabs, which I think I'm not going to miss any fish on. You know, we all know that the brim love attacking the claws of a crab first. And if I just fish a normal jig head in one of these trickster crabs, firstly, it'll probably roll a little bit on the shaft of the jig head. So it mightn't be symmetrical the whole time. But secondly, I'm relying on that brim taking the whole crab into its mouth to get hooked on the jig head hook. Now, we all know that the brim love plucking at the claws, and a little stinger hook in the claws is what's going to do it. So I've got some rigged up here, and I will admit that I didn't rig these up. Mick rigged these up for me one lunchtime. He showed me how to do it, but I'm going to show you how Mick Horn does his rigging of the tricksters. So firstly, he's got to just run all the way through. That jig head just sits laterally. It goes flat straight from the front to the back, so the jig head comes out near the claws. Now, I caught my first fish on tricksters today. I did catch 1 or 2 fish on this hook here, but most of them were on these really small stinger hooks that are in the claws like that. So first thing we do is we thread that hook all the way through the trickster so it'll sit on the bottom like this. And because the material floats, it'll actually sit up like this. Second thing you want to do is you want to get those assist hooks, and they actually hook onto the jig head. You don't have to tie any braid around there. For me, tying stingers was always a little bit painful because of how difficult it was to tie around the eye of the jig head or through the eye of the jig head. These ones are all already pre-tied for you. They've got the 2 little stingers snooted on the end, and then they've got that little clip there which will clip straight on. So instead of having to tie it on, you just clip it on, and then all of a sudden, stingers aren't hard anymore. So I've got 3 of these guys rigged up with the heaviest of the jig heads on there. I think that's around an 8 or 9 gram. It may be. I'm guessing because I haven't got the packets of the jig heads, but I've got the heaviest ones rigged up there, and I've got 2 or 3 already rigged up there. And I know those ones here. That's the the grey crab colour I've got here, but I'm definitely going to put together some more of this one here, which is the olive black, and also the motor oil crab. I'm going to rig a few more of those up, not just with the heavy ones, but with some of the light ones as well. So I've got a whole Rapala tackle box of these ready to go tomorrow when I get to my favourite spot. Now, tactics for tomorrow, I'm boat number 3 away. I haven't been an early boat for many events this year, but I just happened to be an early boat at this event. And because of that, I'm going to go fish the Boyd's Bay Bridge. I'll probably be the first one there. I'll probably only get one pylon of it to fish, but I think that'll be enough. If I can catch an early limit off that, I can then later in the tide, and it's a dropping tide all day, I can go and fish some edges, do some interesting stuff. One of my aims for this event is, I can't win Angler of the Year at this event, but I can catch 5 out of 5 each day and have a perfect score for my entire qualifying year this year. I've never done it before. I got to within 3 fish last year or the year before. 3 is as close as I've ever got. I'm only 10 fish away in 2 days, and this is the Tweed. It's only a 26 centimetre tip length. It's about a 23 centimetre full length legal size. Technically, this shouldn't be the hardest event of the year to get it, but now that I've said it, it could be hard. So I'm pretty keen on going and getting an early limit each day. Fishing that heavy structure around the bridge, I probably have a chance of catching bigger fish. Last year when I fished this event, or the last time we fished the Tweed, Scotty Cicluna was my non-boat. He caught a 36 forker. I ended up with 3 kilos one day and around 2.5 kilos the next. I think they will be robust weights. I think we're a little bit past the spawn here at the Tweed. I think there's a lot of post-spawn fish. All the ones I caught up the river today were all definitely post-spawn. They may be a little bit harder than in previous years, but I could be wrong. I didn't fish the bottom of the river today. It could have been a brimfest or a desert. I'm going to find out tomorrow, but I'm going to rig up some of these Crush City Tricksters. Got all of the 8 colours here. I'm going to concentrate on the ones I'm confident with. I'm going to put stingers in them, and you can watch me live stream tomorrow. I'm going to be live from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. each day, and at that point, I'll go and weigh some fish on the Steve Morgan YouTube channels, where that live stream is exactly the same place where this video is now.